But the whole idea here was, I hope you get this. I mean, I know that you'll get it, but I hope it stays with you. We wanted to do it so that it was reasonable cost to the taxpayers to be able to fund a safer pedestrian bridge. But even before that, the state was telling us sometime pretty soon you're going to have to start restoring it. There's rebar that's coming through. There was a few boat canopies that were ripped off by the rebar this summer. I don't have a boat, so. But the whole bridge needs restoration. And I think you see that. There's certain sections of the bridge that are leaning into the road. So it was cost, improving the safety, while keeping the historic look of the bridge. We've seen every single kind of thing, like a separate pedestrian bridge, cantilevering sidewalks onto it. So over 10 years, we've had all these different looks of the bridge, and we settled on this, and it was unanimous at council for moving forward with this. Jake just came on as Public Works Director, and he was handed the Wooden Avenue Bridge thing. So I'll let Jake take it away. He's done all of this. Or most of it.
Thanks, Mayor. So I thought maybe I was asked to give an update on the bridge. I'll maybe share kind of where we're at, where we're going, what the schedule is, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to interrupt me. I brought some exhibits this evening. There's a handful of ones we've worked through the design process. Feel free to go look at those as well. But you've all probably noticed the project started. We got started just recently. Selling Construction's the contractor for the work. They pretty much right out of the gates turned it into a one-way street with temporary traffic control measures. They're planning on working this fall till about Thanksgiving. So their goal is, right now they're working on utilities. So they're working on the water line installation. They scraped the asphalt off the bridge decks, you may notice, and also removed all the light posts. Those will all be replaced. So just this last week, they finished the installation of the water line utility that's underneath the bridge deck. So most of the work to date's really been underneath the bridge. We have a barge in the water. You can't see a lot of what's going on, but a lot's been accomplished, and the project's been on schedule and going well. Next week, we're going to enter a 1-week road closure for Wooden Avenue, so it'll be a Monday through Friday closure. The work for the utility will extend beyond the bridge now, so they'll work from the bridge to Columbia Street downtown on the north side, and then they'll extend the water line from the bridge to about 3rd Street on the south side. So that work will be taking place. A lot of electrical upgrades are happening on the bridge, so that work will be going on next week as well. And the following week, they'll be wrapping up some water line stuff, but just intermittent day closures for that work. So shouldn't be terribly impactful. And there's a little landing park you can see on one of the exhibits. They're going to start doing some demolition work for that project as well. We do have, I forgot to mention, so we have a project website. If you ever have any questions, it's a great place to go. It has weekly updates, a lot of frequently asked questions, a lot of good information. There's a portal where you can ask questions. We'll respond the best we can. You can also give us a call. There's some contact information. So I recommend if anybody is interested in getting weekly updates. We also have an weekly email blast we send out with kind of the latest information. And really, it's as much information as we know. You know, it changes constantly, but every week we kind of start over. We look 2 weeks ahead, and we say this is what the plan is, we think, and pending change. So I don't really have a whole lot necessarily. They're going to shut down for the winter, so it won't be completed. The bridge deck, everything within the bridge footprint will be completed, so around Thanksgiving, and then they're going to shut it down and come back in the spring and kind of work outside the bridge. So there'll be a lot of sidewalk improvements, landscaping, curbing, And you'll notice on these exhibits, kind of get a feel for what it's going to, a lot of kind of wide walkway plazas. Yeah, should be done before kind of peak season hits. We'll see how winter goes, but the plan is to definitely be wrapped up before Memorial Day.
Maybe one of the things we'll tease you with is why are we doing it one way in? And everybody that ever has studied downtowns, you want your front door coming in and your back door going out. So that's why, and just the traffic configuration. One of the things that Dan Ireland's here and has helped us from the very beginning from SCJ Alliance, and he's convinced us that the only way that this would get safe and restored all at the same time is to one-way the bridge. And I know it's change and that's scary as hell. We own a business on Main Street. It has not affected us one bit. And the one thing I will tell you, and Senator Hawkins is gone, but he helped us, along with Mike Steele, helped us get $300,000 for mitigating certain intersections. We know our work is not done on mitigating certain intersections, fixing things by Farnham, fixing things in front of the high school, fixing things at Johnson and Sanders. So just be aware that we are working on those things. But you know what? That would be, those intersections were failing, whether we one-way the bridge or two-way the bridge or three-way the bridge. So yes, yes.
First I have a comment and then I'll follow that with my question. I'll start by saying that I'm the first in changes. I'm old and I like things to stay the way I know. With the configuration of the one-way in city and using the other bridge to get back on 97A, I'm concerned because I live in Lakeside. I'm concerned about the 97A traffic being constant, like a train with no lights. And to come from Lakeside onto 97A with all of the traffic that will be exiting, especially during tourist season, that would be my concern. My question is, has this study ever been done in this 10 to 12 year looking at the bridge situation? Accidents, have there been any leaving the bridge the way it was?
So I hear that all of the time. All of the time. There was one death, I think it was 61 or something. But when's the next one? And who wants to be mayor when the next one happens? Who wants to be on the council when the next one happens?
Why would we fix it if it isn't broken?
Well, it is broken.
Well, I mean, you maintain something as it's, I live in a very, very old house, very old.
Right.
It was built in 1900. And we had to do plumbing upgrades and
Right, I get it.
electrical.
I get it.
But the house that was built in 1900 still functions as a house.
Right.
And it hasn't burned down yet. I'm just saying, when it isn't broken, if you're saying there's been one accident and it happened like in the
Right.
1960s.
Right.
So
Right. I don't know if I judge things on if it's working or broken because of the number of accidents. Just the sheer, I raise it to a different elevation. Just the pedestrian experience of walking on that bridge is not a friendly, good experience. And by changing it, and by changing the entrance to town to have a much better entrance to town, I see nothing wrong with that. I see it. Right now, if you drive into town, you see blacktop and concrete, and it's blah. And now it'll be dressed up, it'll have sitting areas. But to answer your question, it's only a matter of time between the large strollers that were not around in 25 to cars with big trucks and big mirrors. It's just it's a different thing. So I can't make an analogy. Maybe the house that's next to you is more energy efficient and it's better than your, maybe. So we're just trying to, you're kind of charged when you're in city government to keep things updated and going the right way.
So then, are you saying that with this new traffic configuration, that there might be the need for lights that are going to slow down, stop, and allow people to get
Oh
on?
heck, let's not go with lights. We're gonna do roundabouts. Lights.
Yeah.
I don't know, Dixie, I'm out of.
The only congestion.
Yes, Sam.
I'd like to just kind of speak to that subject.
Okay.
And then also live on Second Columbia and
Yes.
walk across that bridge to work 5 days a week. I've been hit by mirrors so many times I can't even remember. It's not just the dumb kids either. It's everyone from all different walks of life. It's just too narrow. People are less sensitive than they used to be, and it's just dangerous. And it's only dangerous.
I've seen a lot of close calls, walking that bridge.
I'm very excited.
I'll tell you one thing we should have done a long time ago is put those steel plates on there. Yes, yes, yeah.
That'll be the case throughout the entire project regardless. Just we can make that assumption barring something changing, but the plan is contractually that it remains open to pedestrians 100% of the time.
There will be a bike lane going out of town. It's a 5-foot bike lane. And there will be sharrows, is that the right word, on the incoming. So bikes will go with the traffic. So you'll be able to have pedestrian and bikes, and we are pushing for more pedestrian and more bike traffic instead of more car traffic. Yeah, you were first.
Yeah, when you guys shut it down for the winter, it's not going back to 2 ways, is it?
No, it's permanently in that configuration.
Yes.
Just a quick question, when you're talking about Farnham and the other
Yes.
entrances onto 97A, would you also consider like a crosswalk or something right near Lake Street? Because now when you have omitted the amount of traffic that used to go out over the old bridge and turn towards Lakeside, now you've increased the traffic going both ways there, so it's not impossible, but it is a little dicier to try to cross from Lake Street and continue down Lake Street to walk across
Yeah, that's a
the
good point.
bridge.
That's a good
Would you
point.
consider that?
We already have that on the list, but
Okay.
one of the things that we're also looking at, and we don't have the answer quite, but if you're coming into town and you have this long traffic coming on 97 leaving from the old bridge, how do you cross that to come into town? And we don't want anybody not to come into town that wants to come into town. The number is something like 9 out of 10 cars go across that bridge to cut through town to get out to Manson. So what we're doing is we're getting it back to where the cars that come across there are really coming for town, going to Safeway or going to the clinic or going somewhere in town. Who else? Yes, Ann?
2 questions. One,
You get one.
talked, 2, really quick. Talked about adding more crosswalks on Senators with Wapato. There is one on Okanagan now,
Right.
which is wonderful, and also Trope. Are there going to be more crosswalks now because of students crossing there, and now with all the traffic going out of town, we need more crosswalks? And I understand that you guys were working on that.
Well, we do have a list of certain key ones that are.
So I highly recommend it. We need more on Sanders.
Okay.
My other question
I got it.
is, what is the website you were talking about, Jake?
It's woodenavenue.bridgeproject.org, or an easy way too is to go to our city website. There's a link kind of right at the top of the page. Click it.
Perfect, okay, thank you. That's my 2.
Or just like Chanel.
All right. What else? Yes.
This is not a new subject. It has to do with the domino effect of having a one-way the old bridge. The domino effect of the traffic now going past the high school, middle high school.
Right.
So much larger already. To where, and what I've been concerned about this even before you went to a one-way bridge, because I live near it anyhow. That, now that school's back in, there are, with the 97A going right past the school, the heavy trucks, you name it. The kids have got to, right now they use a crossing guard.
We get it.
But if you were to use something like an overhead, walkway ramp,
We have a plan. I'll let Jake address it. It's a
I
very
think that would help quite a bit before we have our first fatality.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. It's the first thing we thought about the school, so.
Yeah, well, what's in the works right now is, maybe you're aware, maybe you're not, but the state's coming in 2020 and they're gonna pave from Lakeside just about to Walmart on 97A. And as part of that project, or concurrently with that project, they're gonna put 2 rapid flashing beacon, you press the button and it kind of lights up and makes it real clear that there's a pedestrian trying to cross the street. So they're gonna install 2 of those, one in front of each school, so the high school and the grade school. And then as a city, we're looking at ways of incorporating more rapid flashing beacons at intersections, busy intersections in city limits.
So a question keeps coming up. What happened to the light standards? They're all in my garage. We're all going to, it was brought forward that we should auction them off and do something great for the town.
How much did you pay for them?
Well, I paid 0 for them. They are up at Public Works. There's one off being die cast for the 20 new ones that will look exactly like the old ones. So those 20 are being built, and they'll have lights that work, and they won't be strobe lights anymore. And we are looking at, there's a really cool idea that somebody brought forward as far as having them make a trail in the downtown corridor somewhere, putting them on pedestals and keeping them downtown. And I think that's where they belong. So instead of somebody's home or somebody's development or something like that. So, but we are going to look at the idea of auctioning them off, and it could say, PD, hey, you just paid, and you get to have a plaque in front of your, but it'll be downtown.
And then the money goes.
There you go. Or affordable housing, whatever. Okay, anything else? I think we're 2 minutes short. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you.